Hi, and welcome to TTELT, Teaching Tips for English Language Teachers, a program of educators worldwide. I'm your host today, Melanie Gobert.
Hello, everyone. This is Melanie Gobert, your host for today's podcast TTELT episode. Joining us today is Siham Al-Aamri from the University of Technology and Applied Sciences, the Ibra branch in Oman. She's going to be talking to us about Educaplay. Welcome, Siham.
Welcome, dear.
So what is Educaplay?
Actually, it is an online platform which consists of so many types of activities like riddles, crosswords, video quizzes, yes, no, and no quizzes, froggy jumps, and so many interactive games and activities, which you can transform them into challenges for students. And they have like a free version and a paid version. Also, the paid version, it is like three types: commercial, academic, and the basic one. It depends on your choice. Which one do you want? And depends on the features that each type of version that will provide for you.
Okay, can you tell us the differences between the different basic and the commercial and the other model?
Yeah, the basic one, maybe you will not be able to use the artificial intelligence in it more, because you are only allowed to make like five uses of artificial intelligence, which is called the array. But in the other types, you will be able to use artificial intelligence to create your activities, games, challenges, and quizzes as much as you want. And also in the academic and the commercial one, you will be provided with so many unique features, and it will allow you to have so many students in your wall.
Okay, how does it work with artificial intelligence? What does that do?
For example, if you want to create an activity about past simple and past continuous, and make the students differentiate between these two tenses, then you may ask Ray. It is called Ray. It is like a bot or a robot there, which will help you to create this activity. But after creating this activity, and you will need to customize it to your students' needs. For example, for me, I would like to add the students' names, the students' information, and make it cultural related activity, because the students will be more engaged during these types of activities if they feel there's a relation between them and between this type of activity, and they can use it more in the daily life context as well.
Okay, now I found in the past we had platforms that could make activities for us, but I always found that the questions that came out from these platforms, there was so much vocabulary the students didn't know in the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and
they couldn't do it.
For this type of program or platform, you will need to say, for example, it is for level 1 EFL students, or level 2, level 3, and so on. You will need to specify the needs of your students. Who are they? Enter some of their information, and then it will be suitable for their own level.
Okay.
And
Now, you mentioned that you have to pay for it. What is the cost?
It is like $6 monthly.
Okay, that's not too bad. And
Yeah.
how do you use it in your grammar lessons?
For me, in the practice stage and the production stage during the grammar lectures, I usually give students links. I'll send them in their Microsoft Teams chat, and they will be able to access it from that platform, because in our universities we are usually using these types of platforms like Teams. So from that link, they will be able to access whatever you are sending to them, and the students will have a specific time for each activity. So if it is about intensifiers or adverbial phrases, then you may give them like 5 minutes to do the activity. It depends on the difficulty of each question. For example, for question 1, you may give them like 10 seconds, but for question 3, you will need to give them like 20 seconds, because it depends on your students' needs and their level as well, and the difficulty of each question. So the students will be more engaged during these lessons, because they will see that they have like a board where the 10 top students will be displayed there. So students will feel more motivated to do it quickly and do it accurately as well, because they want to show the others or their colleagues that they are able to do whatever the teacher is assigning to them. And for example, you can monitor the students' progress from this platform as well. For example, in the basic intensifiers activity, you will see that some students, for their first trial, they will get like below 50. So they will need more activities and more practice on that aspect of the language. So you will give them extra homework, but you will send it in private. You will not tell others and so on, because some students, they will feel like shy and frustrated if it is shown to others.
Okay, I'm going to pause the video for just a moment, because I want you to actually show this to us. We're going to see if we can work that out. Okay. Okay, great, Siham. Now you're all set to show us the Educate platform. Please go ahead.
Okay, so as you can see from this screen, this is the Educaplay interface. And if you want to create a new activity, you will have to go to this button. These are the types of activities that are provided in this program: froggy jumps, riddles, memory games, matching pairs, video quizzes, and so many others, as you can see from this platform. For example, if you want to create froggy jumps, students really like these types of activities. This is the artificial intelligence bot that I was talking about. It is called Ray. Hi, I'm Ray. So you will need to type your question here. For example, if it is, for example, about past simple and past continuous. For level 1, for example. So you will need to press this button. It will take like few seconds in order to generate this type of activity. And then you can make it appropriate for your own students, where you will customize it. So as you can see here, for example, it will give them like which tense is used to describe actions that were happening at a specific time in the past, and it will show which is the correct answer. Then, for example, you can say that that you will need only 10 questions from the options. For example, you will go here. You will specify the number of lives, frogs, for example, 5, and then the game over. Seconds per question from here. 20 seconds, for example, it will suggest that it is 20 seconds. If you want to make it less or more, it depends on your students' needs and their level. If you wanted to shuffle the question order or question bear games, is it 10 or is it less? It depends on what you want. Also for the privacy, for example, I make it public, but I will ask students for identification because I want to know, for example, Muhammad did it or not, and what is his score from the monitor and from the screen that will show at the end of each activity. And then you can see, for example, you can type a message here. For example, Miss Siham is so proud of you, and so on, like this. And then you will go to the information. What is the title? What is the description of this activity? You will give them a rubric, or you will give them the question here. And you will be able to preview it. You will press start, and then you will be able to see how it will appear with your students.
Okay.
Yes, for example, this one bus symbol, and then it will keep going. And then if you are satisfied about this activity, then you may publish it. And from here, you can share it to, you can copy it, or you can share it to the Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams, and so on. It depends on what you want. Also, I'd like to show you something for each activity. You will go to the top 10 results, for example. This one is only done now, so you will not see any results, but you will go to see all the results. And from here, you will be able to see how many students played this activity, what is the average time, and what is the average score. So if you see that it is like below 60 or below 70, then you may need to give your students more practice on this aspect of the language. And if you see that they are spending more time on this activity, so maybe it is difficult or for them, so you will need to give them as well more practice to make it easier for them and to comprehend it well.
Okay, I just have a couple of follow-up questions. We're out of time now, but is it mobile friendly? Could you send the link to your students on WhatsApp and they can play on their telephone, on their phones, or they have?
Yes, exactly. For me, if I encounter a problem with the Teams and a problem with the network or network issues, then I will send it to their WhatsApp group, and then they will be able to access it from their phones. And usually students inside our classrooms, they don't have laptops, so they have their own mobile phones, and they can access it from their mobiles, from their iPads, and so on. It is a user-friendly platform. That's why.
Okay, so you've been using it, I guess, the whole semester or the whole year with your?
Yes, and I'm doing an ongoing research about this program, how it is motivating students in order to be more active during the grammar and vocabulary lessons, and also to let them comprehend the grammatical aspects and relate it to their own life more than before.
Okay, Siham, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
This has been Melanie Gobert, your host for today's episode of TTELT.
Thank you for joining us today. Share with us how you are using these tips. Leave us a comment or voice message on social media or at ttelt.org. Thanks for joining this episode of TTELT, brought to you by Educators Worldwide. Follow, like, and subscribe to TTELT on your social media. And try a new teaching tip today.